And what's going on, good people? We're back here working on a weekend like usual, and also, of course, working throughout the week to compete for our Madden League Season 79 playoffs. We got the NFC Divisional rounds. We got a couple of players playing for cash and prizes here. Some of the top Madden players in the world playing for cash and prizes as we get you set for the weekend, as well as we talk the National Football League, got the draft and some other things coming up, the combine as well. We put the sports in esports, folks, and we are the intersection of sports and gaming, live here from Jerky's in Elizabeth, New Jersey, compete for our Madden League Season 79 NFC Divisional Playoffs right here live from Jerky's on Stadium Sports Network. Watch Stadium Sports app, Twitch and YouTube, and also on Valley Live. All right, we'll come inside here, Larry Ridley, CBS Sports, Madden NFL, CFB League, and NBA 2K Association. Good to be back here, folks. If it's a Tuesday night or Thursday night, we're talking Madden. Had some issues this week, but we're going to be talking Madden tonight for an hour, and then we'll be back tomorrow night as well on a Friday, getting you set for the weekend here. As I said, Combine starting next weekend is what get you set right here for the Compete for Madden League Season 79 playoffs. Let me go ahead and bring in my brother, but before we do that, I want to thank the good folks who are right here in Jerky's here in New Jersey, 11 Broad Street in Elizabeth, man, and we're talking about the Caribbean fusion. Oh, and look at the cola, man. The Jamaican cola, the Haitian drinks as well, man, and open Monday through Friday from 9 to 11 and on Saturdays, 12 to 9. And folks, look, it is time to level up, folks, man. Level up your game. Haitian and Jamaican Caribbean fusion right here. Best jerk chicken in town. And this stuff, man, flavorful hits hit harder than a game-winning touchdown. Look at that. The jerk chicken got oxtails, got grill. It's all right here. The Rasta Pasta. Right here, 11 Broad Street in Elizabeth. Jerky's here in Elizabeth. Shout out to Stan and the staff for doing a great job, man. Always here, man. It's our third time this month. Shout out to our good friends here. We're live at Jerky's NJ in Elizabeth. Let's go ahead and bring in my brother from another mother. There is my player partner, my brother in crime, Blue 20. There he is, Jarrett Guarantano, former University of Tennessee, a volunteer starting quarterback, and also played in the National Football League with the Broncos and the Cardinals. Jay Jeezy off the Heezy, the Sheezy. What's up with you, kind sir?
I think hearing your cadences always makes my day just a little bit more brighter. Every single time. It is. My Tuesdays and Thursdays have just been skyrocketing as soon as I hear that Blue 20, Blue 30.
You got to give me some dummy calls, man. Like, I like, Omaha or something, man. Give me something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we'll work on it. We're going to implement some stuff.
Here we go.
We do the deck. Don't bring up my Cowboys, not today.
I know. No Cowboys talk today. Are you excited about that? No Cowboys talk?
Cowboys free talk today. Stress free for me.
Hey, there will be plenty of Cowboy talk next week, though. You're not going to be able to escape it with your boy Micah Parsons and also with our guy Lawrence Taylor as well, calling him out a little bit.
And Zach Martin retirement today. Yeah, no, I feel it coming. I already know. Hopefully, you guys go through it tomorrow where I'm not available, and we knock that out, so I don't have to see it.
I'm going to save it specifically for you, JG, on Tuesday, so you know it's coming. You might as well just lock it in.
Kev, don't let him do it, Kev. Kev, don't let him do it.
Hey, when you look at the credits, it's got my name first, Kevin second. I'm the executive producer. He's the CP, the coordinating producer. Oh, okay. Then Kevin's back at top. If you mess up the Zoom, we got some problems. We got to do that. You were talking about sunshine, man. We need some sunshine here with all this snow here in Jersey, man. Are you staying good? You staying warm and streets clear out where you at, man?
Couple extra jackets.
It's not annoying snow, by the way. Not even a lot of snow, just snowing consistently, but very annoying. Dustings 2 or 3 inches every few days, it seems like.
Windy for me. I'm excited to get to Texas. I'm excited to get over there where it's 70 degrees and a little bit of sun.
Okay. My Brahma Bull, man, going down there to San Antonio. We'll be talking more about that in the weeks to come. Man, you ready to get this thing started, man? Madden back in action. We got a couple of new players. Well, actually, one new player, man. See if we can knock off one of these vets. You ready to go?
Yeah, excited to see some good games going.
All right, let's do it. Let's take a look real quickly at the rules here as we're live here at Jerky's in New Jersey, man. You're talking about jerk chicken, all the good stuff, oxtails, the griot, it's all right here. All Madden competitive game style, head-to-head current rosters, blood combos, regs, all 32 NFL teams are available. 5-minute quarters, single elimination format, folks. You ain't got to go home, but you do got to get the heck up out of here. How about the pricing? Because it's all about that money. Total cash prize pool, $150 guaranteed. First place gets $100 cash and an NFL license. Zip chair, folks, keep in mind, go to zipchair.com, folks. They literally make the best gaming chairs in the world. Also office furniture, sofas, gaming desk, you name it. I got all the NFL teams, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL, MLS, also NCAA inspired, all those colleges out there, NCAA zip chairs. And folks, if you have a custom chair, they can definitely get that made for you. Check them out online, zipchair.com. Shout out to our good friends there. And the lady leading the marketing department there, Tina Altadonna, there at ZipChair, online, zipchair.com. Second place gets $50 cash. How about the bracket here as we look at compete for Madden League Season 79 NFC Divisional round? We'll start at the top right-hand corner of your screen. There it is, highlighted. Great job there by the producer, the CP. He's not the EP, the CP, coordinator producer. He's multiple Emmy nominations for Kevin Mamouzette. There you can see JB playing with the Eagles, and in New Jersey, we Millie Rock playing with the Lions. Millie playing with Detroit, so it should be a good game here. Real quickly, a little more about both of these young men, and we'll start with Millie. We're just talking about the Millie Rock. There is Millie Camille Malone from right here in, not too far, right down the street in Linden, New Jersey. There is 23 years of age, HVAC mechanic, and this is his first C4 compete for Madden League playoff appearance. They say in New York, they Millie Rock. Also in Jersey, we Millie Rock. Whatever New York do, we do as well, except a little bit better here in the Garden State with a couple of Jersey boys here in Jersey. How about his competitor here? We're talking about a two-time Madden champ, C4 Madden League champ. There is JBaird, Buffalo Grove, Illinois, 19 years of age. He's an Illinois State student. Have we confirmed that? Is it the Redbirds? Am I making this up, or we got that confirmed? Is it confirmed like Don King? JB, can you nod your head? Yes? It is Redbirds, okay. We got to confirm like a Don King firm right here, live on Valley Live Stadium Sports Network. Watch Stadium Sports happen also on Twitch and YouTube. He's a two-time C4 Madden League champ. All right, how about the Molly Pop Grapes standings here? Molly Pop picks. Molly Pop grapes as sweet as candy, folks. We're talking about Molly Pop taking the world by sweet storm with their pink bag promise. You see that pink bag in the grocery store. You got to understand you're getting the best quality produce in the world. And folks, online, literally coming up in the next week or two, they're going to be making grape juice and fruit drinks. Can't wait to talk to you more about that. Got a package coming here very soon. We'll check them out. MollyPopGrapes.com. Grapes as sweet as candy. There I'm still in first place. Once again, Andrew Richmond still hot on my heels. 3 games behind me. There's Jarrett Guarantano, 10-6 now. A couple of stub toes there over the last few episodes, if you can see there. And we'll see more about it as we get set for these picks. So let's go ahead and bring us all in here. If we talking about Andrea Richmond, it's one of those things. Piece up, A down. She's always in the A town, just in case if you're looking for her. There she is. Andrea Richmond, esportscaster extraordinaire, sportscaster extraordinaire. All right, hey, Rich, we got Millie Rock playing with the Lions, and you got JB playing with the Eagles. We're going one pride, or we're going fly, Eagles, fly.
You know, I love to hit off, a fire little Millie Rock, okay? You said that Jersey does it better. I'm not sure. I was born in Brooklyn. I don't know if you guys know that, and I bet money that my Millie Rock kills all of y'all, so I'm just saying.
All the girls want Jersey boys. I'm just telling you, all the girls want Jersey boys. That's what I found out when I got here.
Well, debatable. We'll see asterisk. We'll see.
JG, back me up on that, am I right?
No, that's how it goes. That's what I heard. No.
We'll see about that. All I know is that when it comes to the New York dances, come on, we beat that 100 times down and 10 times down, beating most of the field except for OG is JB, baby. So go ahead and give me the Eagles in this matchup. Just won a Super Bowl. Can JB do it as well? Who knows?
Well, he was just in the Super Bowl and came up a little short there recently. JG, who you got? You got one pride, or you going or you can spell Eagles like the mayor and screw it all up.
Every week I have this decision to make, whether to go with my heart, whether to go with my pride and joy, or just go with the win. And I'm just going to go with my heart and pride and joy again, and I'll just go with the loss. But I'm going with Millie. I mean, so listen.
Yeah, you can go ahead and change the record to 10-7 right now, man.
You acknowledge the fact you're going with a loss, too. You said that.
We started with 10-2. What's that mean? We're on a 4-game losing streak at this point, so we might as well do 7.
Just like
you, baby.
Just with like the Jets for real.
You know, man, the sports books, man, they had a record-breaking year this past year in 2024 because of people like you, JG.
Suckers.
There's one born every minute. I'm not calling you a sucker. I'm just saying Andrew said that. I didn't say that.
I said it. I'll say it again.
My last 5 have been questionable. My last 5 have been questionable, so let's might as well make it 6.
Keep stacking the L's, JG.
You're supposed to stack money and stack the dubs, not the L's, man. Credits, debits, there's a difference there. Credit,
if I just keep making the same mistake, my heart just keeps growing bigger and bigger. So
yeah, you got a big heart, man. That's why we love you, man, and that's why America loves you too, man. You got a big heart.
It'd make a good Christmas story. I'm not sure if it would make a good winning percentage,
But I will say this. My sentiment is with you, JG. I'm a Jersey boy now. Been here 8.5 years. I want Millie to win. I think he's going to come up short. But, man, I would love it. If he wins, we're going to give him all the props. We're going to talk to him, man. It's going to be a big Jersey party. We're going to throw a big garden party.
Millie.
Yeah.
You're going Millie.
You're going Millie Rock.
Ooh, okay. Go ahead. Let me get a little bit closer.
I don't think that's the final answer, though.
I got JB. I got JB.
Finessed us.
I wasn't. No, hey, man, don't bluff me. I didn't do that. I'm just saying. Give me JB, and I'll just keep it at that. Andrea will be conducting the interview at the conclusion of the game. She'll be talking to the winner. All right, let's go ahead and lock it up. JB playing with the Eagles. Millie Rock. Millie playing with the Lions. One Pride from Linden, New Jersey. So we got Illinois against Jers. And we'll play it out live right here in Jerky's, or live from Jerky's. And you guys will be playing it out right here live on our Valley Live Stadium Sports Network. Watch Stadium Sports at Twitch and YouTube. Good luck, guys. We'll see you at the conclusion of the game with Andrea. May the best man win. And good luck, guys. Play it out live right here. Live from Jerky's in New Jersey. We got Azteca. So that's in Mexico, correct? Mexico. Guys, want to real quickly get a read in. The pregame show presented to you by our good friends at BCL Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster. Check them out in Brooklyn. Man, we're talking about soul food and seafood, man. And look at that. Jerk chicken, chicken and waffles, man. Oxtails as well. Hey, those flavors, they actually do collide, man. It's a collision in your mouth, basically, especially on your plate before it goes down your throat, man. Flavors colliding, been there for 5 years. Talking about a fusion of Southern-inspired chicken dishes and a coastal-inspired seafood creation there, man. Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster, man. Got everything you need, man. Trust me, the chicken and waffles was really good, man. They got the red velvet, man. Birthday cake, I had that last week. We'll be there live tomorrow night. Check them out online, brooklynchickenandlobster.com. All right, we're back here live at Jerky's NJ, here at jerkysnj.com, here in Elizabeth, man. Once again, oxtails. You got everything you need. The griot, it's all right here, man. Just some great food. I got some Rasta pasta coming out here. That's going to be very good as well, man. The barbecue, man, the pasta, man, the jerk chicken as well. I got the oxtails, man. I got the chopped cheese, everything you want right here. Jerky's NJ, 11 Broad Street, here in Elizabeth, New Jersey. All right, guys, NFL topics. Let's go ahead and get it started here. We talked about Aaron Rodgers. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers for a long time here. It seems like, man, we've been talking about Aaron Rodgers for
I can't escape.
2 years, it seems like. We talked about how, the Jets let him go. They decided they want to go different ways in a different direction. Now there's some reporting out there that Aaron Rodgers actually pleaded with the Jets last week, trying to stay in New York and basically begged the team to stay in New York. Now he's not going to be here, man. They got to worry about some cap charges and things of that nature. 2 years, 18 starts, 6 wins here in New Jersey. There's also a report that just came out, I guess, Donna Rossini, also one of the reporters on this, said that he really wasn't begging. Maybe that was misconstrued. He actually knew his time was winding down. But whatever you believe, JG, your thoughts here. You're the quarterback of this show here. That can't be a good look for the 41-year-old, man, the Hall of Famer, the 4-time league MVP, begging a team to stay when he was part of the problem. One would think, JG.
Yeah, I hear the word begging, and I can't imagine that Aaron Rodgers would be begging anybody.
No. Please don't go.
Knowing his personality and the amount of things that he's been through, I think he would just sit there and say, he would love to be here, but if it's not welcome or love, then so be it. But and I'm not surprised by the move, right? It's a whole new front office, it's a whole new staff. They're coming in, they want some fresh new members of the team, whatever that is, and obviously they want a new leader in the quarterback position, and they just want to start fresh. So I'm not surprised. Would I have liked to see him one more year, possibly? Yeah, and bringing a young rookie quarterback or whatever it is, a young guy for him to mentor, absolutely. But I think it was probably better for both parties, especially Aaron, to get out of New York and dealing with that New York media. Maybe he could find a home elsewhere, but it's good for the Jets, too, to move forward and kind of just start this new regime off with something positive and something that they see forth.
Andrea, your thoughts here. Do you believe the report, first of all, and your thoughts here about him reportedly begging and pleading with the Jets, man, for one more chance like a child that's about to get punished?
That's a funny image, right? I just imagine like an R&B song where like Aaron Rodgers is like, please don't go, please pick me. And there's like rain going down and it's just like an R&B, it's like a Usher video or something like that. I don't believe this worth a darn. You know, like Jarrett said, like Aaron Rodgers knew that his time was probably going to come up, especially with the changing of the guard in the front office. New York Post
headline, buy a Oscar. I love that.
Yeah, and you know, like during the offseason, it's usually the time when these front offices love to like curry favor and be like, no, it was them that was the issue, not me. We were perfect. Like, I promise you, in this relationship, he was the one that wanted to be with me, not the other way around, right? And it starts to be like a little bit petty. He said, she said, worth of action. It's Aaron Rodgers. He's as stubborn as all get out, knows that the time is leaving. If somebody says he doesn't want him, like, he's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. I'm pretty sure he's not going to beg an organization to stay, especially an organization that didn't offer much for him and he didn't have a great time while being there.
It's down there by JB's, up 6-0 pending the PAT. Back to you, Andrew. Go ahead.
It's not like this is the Kansas City Chiefs or a team that's like used to winning. This is the New York Jets. I'm not pleading to stay with the New York Jets. Even as a New York Jets fan myself, I don't believe this. This is a curry favor and to save faces for the Jets organization. But it did create a funny image, like him standing in the rain. Please don't go, please. Like, I can imagine it. Get your Usher on, Aaron.
You know what, Jarrett? I don't know if he pleaded, but I certainly do buy into that he did want another chance. I don't think he wanted to go out like this. And I know the report by Donna said that, look, he knew his time was coming to an end. Just because you know your time's coming to an end doesn't mean that you don't want to stay. So I do believe him as a competitor. He knows, look, 5-12 is the real record, right? Because he got the one win because he got the start when he, of course, blew out his Achilles 2 years ago. 4 plays into the season. Let me ask you this. There's also reports as well that other coaching candidates, they didn't want him. So this seems like the vultures were circling to begin with, that it was a long shot for him coming back. Your thoughts there on the other reports out there that other head coaching candidates for the Jets told Woody Johnson cut bait?
I think there's two things that aren't a surprise about Aaron Rodgers. His talent and how good of a football player he is. And number two, how difficult of a person he probably is to be around in terms of leadership, in terms of likability, in terms of how he operates. So I'm not surprised by that in any means. Like, when you look at him, obviously he's one of the most talented quarterbacks of all time. He's probably cool in the locker room, but in terms of leadership and in terms of what you might want from a team's outlook, I don't know if the 41-year-old version of Aaron is what they are looking for. And I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised by that. Now, I'm also not surprised that Aaron wanted to be a part of the team, because I really think that when it comes down to it, I think he wanted another year, another shot with it. And he would have probably made sacrifices in order for that to make happen, because I think he does believe in Aaron Glenn, as many people do, because he's going to be a heck of a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think that they had him in their future plans, obviously. It just wasn't as people may think.
I got you. Andrew, your thoughts there on some of those reports about other coaches were telling ownership when they interviewed, like, I don't think this is going to work. An overwhelming majority of them, by the way. I think they interviewed, I want to say like 30 to 40 candidates, technically. It was more than a couple dozen, that's for sure.
You have to really consider...
If you want to believe all that. I mean, some of these coaches, some of these interviews are like, okay.
Yeah. I promise you, we're here, we're listening to you, and then it's delete. Who was that guy? Never even heard of him.
Right. Checking boxes.
Yeah, just checking boxes. Shout out to, unfortunately, the Rooney Rule is crazy. Anyway, unfortunately, you have to look at the context, right? Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Of course, you would want a quarterback like that on paper, but then think about how this previous Jets organization, management treated him, where he was like somebody who couldn't do any wrong, where they constantly placated towards him, where they constantly reassessed, like they picked players that he specifically wanted, even though they probably aged out. Not a lizard, right? Or like other coaching, right? Other coaching people like
Devontae Adams.
Yeah, Devontae Adams, which was a positive, right? Obviously. But then you have negative coaching hires like our OC, for the instance, right? Really wasn't creating the best plays for him. But he wanted a guy like that. They gave Aaron Rodgers every single thing to the point to where it seemed like he run that organization instead of the Jets running the organization. So it makes sense, obviously, going into a new tenure that you want to establish yourself and you want to be the top dog. And just because of the way the other tenure treated Aaron, it makes sense why they wanted to let go of him. I understand you were the head honcho for last time, but it ain't this time. It's my reign. So go ahead, start over. You know, he's great. He's talented, but you can't give him everything. That's just not how a football team is supposed to be run. Unless you're really that guy and you've been doing that for a long time. That hasn't happened with the Jets organization and Aaron Rodgers.
Got a feeling this is not going to be the last we hear of Aaron Rodgers. We're all on board, though, right? He will play another season, right? He will play in 2025. We're all on board on that. I said he's going to play. JG, you still think he's going to play?
I think he's going to play. I think if there's no opportunities for him, obviously he'll retire. He won't go out. He won't go out sad.
Yeah.
Andrea, will there be an opportunity? That's the question. I think we're all on board with that. I think somebody's going to give him a shot. If it's Cleveland, who's already said we want somebody with starting experience, there are plenty of jobs out there. There's about a half dozen jobs, legit jobs out there. And he's still one of the top 32 best throwers of the football in the world. You know what I'm saying?
I think he also wants a good opportunity too, because he doesn't want to go out sadder than he did during his Jets tenure, right? So maybe Cleveland doesn't look that good. It just depends on how it works out. I think he's talented enough, but will the opportunity arise? We can't really say this early on in the offseason.
I think he's satisfied with his career. Like,
Yeah.
I think like career was to end today. Like, he's grateful for everything that he's done. And he knows that he's fulfilled everything that he probably ever dreamed of, right? He's no doubt about it, probably a top 10 quarterback of all time.
Yeah, that Super Bowl was 14 years ago.
Dang,
Yeah,
time.
and I mean, just statistically speaking, like, he's turned the ball over. His ratio, touchdown interception ratio, is the
Insane.
best by far. You know, like, it's just absolutely. He's played absolutely ridiculous his whole career. So if he had a bad situation to go to, or if he just felt like it wasn't going to be successful, he'd probably just say that he's all right. He's done.
Well, he's in the record books as well for most sacks all time. I think he passed Brady earlier this year. So he's got 500 TD passes, been sacked almost 600 times.
Jets.
That just means you played a lot, because Brady had the record.
Yeah, it does.
So I'll get there. That first quarter, we got an 8-0 lead here. Eagles, you can see bottom right-hand corner of the screen, Millie playing the lines. He is on defense. JB playing with the Eagles. He's got the lead, 8-0 here, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. That first quarter brought to you by our good friends at Black Seed Brothers, BSB, man. Check those guys out, man. MyHealthStation.org, man. You're talking about, man, Tyrell and his wife doing a great job, man, really trying to provide healthy options and healthy choices out there. Black Seed Brothers, folks, welcome. Welcome to Harlem's sweet slice of black-seeded watermelons. Each seed, folks, is rooted in history, and it's packed with health and filled with happiness. And it's rooted in Southern history. I'm a Southern gentleman, folks. You got to trace their roots, man. And everything starts down south, man, as we like to say, south with an F. Now, my guy, Jarrett Guarantano from New Jersey, of course, played down south with the University of Tennessee Volunteers. Black Seeded Brothers, bringing the community favorite natural Southern sweets with their health stations on wheels. You can check them out 139th Street and Lenox Avenue. They're open 24 hours. Shout out to Tyrell and his wife, man, doing a great job, man. Great watermelon juices, everything that you need, man. Healthy sweets, and also, man, just great Southern sweets. MyHealthStation.org. We're back here live at Jerky's here in Elizabeth, New Jersey, 11 Broad Street, man. Got everything you need. Got jerk chicken, and what you got is a touchdown there by JB now by 2 scores. Got oxtails, got some chopped cheese. It's all right here, man. The grill, everything that you need, all right here at Jerky's, Jerky'sNJ.com. Got Jarrett Guarantano, former University of Tennessee volunteer quarterback. Blue. Andrea Richmond. She, if you're looking for it, folks, you got to go down to the A. That's where she's at. I heard she's in College Park.
What a chop call. Shout out to ya.
Oh, we got a pick there. Okay, all right. Keeping it a 14-0 lead here. JB, speaking of 14-0, with the black Scully on up top right-hand corner of the screen playing with the Eagles. He's got a 14-0 lead. Millie Rock, you can see his green shirt there. He's leaning forward. Is he really into it now? There, you good, Millie? Do your thing, man. We talking about nothing. We just having fun over here. He's really into it now, down 14-0. All right, guys, let's get it back into it. We're talking about another quarterback here. We're going to go from New York and take that green and go down to Duval with that teal down there with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence, been a lot of rumors out there coming from Pittsburgh and around the National Football League that the Pittsburgh Steelers were interested in looking at him. We've talked about Pittsburgh and what they're going to do there with Justin Fields or Russell Wilson, JG's former teammate with the Broncos there. There was some talk that, hey, Steelers, Mike Tomlin, those guys kicking the tires, do they want Trevor Lawrence, who, of course, had his season cut short this year with some injuries, hasn't really played well the last year and a half. But he came out and talked earlier this week with Kay Adams and said, man, I love being with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm not going to Pittsburgh. He said he even had to reach out to his agents like, dude, you got to talk to Adam Schefter, man. Am I going to Pittsburgh? Where's this coming from? I have a no trade clause. Andrew, your thoughts here, man, on Trevor Lawrence coming out, man, and saying, look, it ain't happening, folks. I'm not going to the black and yellow.
It wouldn't be the wildest trade that we've seen in the last couple months in national sports. So after that, I think everything's open, wide open. I think, honestly, I doubt this from a Duval's perspective, right? Because Trevor Lawrence, even though he has not met the expectations, lofty expectations, a little bit too lofty expectations thrown onto him coming out of Clemson, he's still been a very good quarterback. It's just that team has unfortunately just not built the best around him in order to be at the right spot that they need to. But Trevor Lawrence also doesn't have like a much leeway. Of course, you do have that no trade clause allegedly, but again, crazy things can happen. I've seen no trade clause just go out the window when the right offer is being made. And for Trevor Lawrence, an opportunity to go from, the Jaguars organization to where they've consistently, time and time again, like not won any playoff games or done anything appreciable, even in a weaker division, to go ahead and to go to one of the best divisions in sports, which probably isn't that great, but also one of the best run organizations in sports, that wouldn't look like a bad setup, especially compared to Duval. I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, of course, right now, who's paying your checks is Duval, is the Jaguars. You have to defend your squad and you have to stick up for it. So what else is he supposed to say?
You said Duval or Duval?
Duval. You also have to you have to add like a little, I twitch with the Duval. Going with that. Would I rather play for Mike Tomlin or the guy that says Duval creepily in my microphone? Okay, I don't know about that. But at the end of the day, who's paying the checks is Duval. So go with them. Protect your squad. Rep your squad. But I would love to see him in the Steelers uniform. I can't lie. That would be great.
JG, you played in the National Football League, man. Maybe, you've moved around a little bit. Maybe not as high profile as some of these guys, man, like Aaron Rodgers or Jerry Guarantano, but you know how the process works. When you're hearing, some rumors and things about you being moved, how did you sort of deal with it, man? And when your thoughts here on Trevor Lawrence, how he reached out to his agent, like, man, check what Adam Schefter, like, the hell Adam Schefter knows before your agent does. And then he's realizing, like, oh, shoot, I got a no trade clause. This is false. Fake news.
There's been countless times that I've seen guys moved without them even knowing and seeing it on the ESPN ticker.
That's crazy.
Going through it's absolutely bizarre. Like, that's why it's so tough going through the locker room, because you just never know, and it's really true about if today is your last day, and that's just how you kind of walk on thin nails every single time you walk. For Trevor Lawrence,
the lines, don't about just a touchdown. Go ahead, JG, 14-7.
Got a one-score game. But for Trevor Lawrence's instance, like for somebody that's a young quarterback that got paid so much, that the move that they made at head coach was most likely to help him in his near future, I would probably be way more comfortable than anybody in the National Football League, maybe the top 2 or 3% if I was Trevor Lawrence, just because I know like the setup of the team and what they've done to go about it and the relationship that he's probably developed with Coach Cohen already. They probably wouldn't move him, right? Like they would have to be asking. Pittsburgh would have to ask probably for like 2 or 3 first rounds. Like this Trevor's probably a 24-year-old quarterback right now. Yes, his past year and a half hasn't been too good. He probably hasn't had a really good season in 2 years, but talent-wise, he's still upper echelon. He still has the juice. It's just going to take a coach to absolutely bring out the best in him and his teammates. So for him, I would probably have a little bit more certain than in my position as a quarterback, where when I was with the Denver Broncos or with the Arizona Cardinals. But if Pittsburgh can pull that off, that would be amazing for them, because I think he could really, really be set up for success there.
That'd be fun.
Andrew, do you still think he is a top? I don't want to say top 5. That's too much pressure on him. He clearly hasn't played to that level. Has made a playoff. Remember, they got the win. I think he's 1-1 in his playoff career, because they got the win over were they San Diego? No, they were the LA Chargers at that point. And then, of course, they had that played Kansas City pretty tough a few years ago in that playoff game. You still think he can be a top 10 sort of quarterback? Because he's been paid like a top 5 quarterback.
He certainly has the arm talent too. I think coming out of Clemson, unfortunately, this is something that we do with quarterbacks in general, and it looks like we about to ski. Yeah. Come on, he goes JB with a touchdown. I think coming out of Clemson, unfortunately, this is something we do with draft picks. We see them do well and succeed well in their freshman year, and then we're like, oh, they're going to consistently reach the highest of all levels each and every single year. And unfortunately, that raises expectations out of proportion to where they thought, okay, for sure he was going to be the next Andrew Luck. And because of that, it's put him in a bind. And unfortunately, like, nobody acknowledges some of the things that he needed to overcome as a young quarterback in order to get to a great spot. I think arm talent wise, he's great. Sometimes reading coverage wise, he still makes a little bit, forces it into too big areas, I think, or too close to tight quarters. But he can still, I feel, with a great support around him, be an effective quarterback. It's just that the Jaguars in this offensive system, I feel like, hasn't necessarily met him halfway. Unfortunately, he's had injured running backs, or he has an injured O-line, or he hasn't consistently had wide receivers, and that hurts a young quarterback trying to grow as well.
Or an injured heart sometimes. Sometimes going out there, 12:45, it'd be about that time. What are we doing? What are you doing, Trevor?
What are we doing? And you know what? That can happen if you don't have a great organizational structure around you. So I think he can absolutely get to that top 10, and that top 10 can sometimes be a rotating cast, but Duval has to commit to him in the same way that he's committed to Duval. So there's always a chance, but I'm not seeing enough buy-in from the Jaguars' perspective in making sure that this is a stable organization for him to achieve the lofty heights set to him, whether it be too high or too low, a little bit unfortunate, who knows, but there's a lot of talent there. Duval has to meet him halfway.
I can see why you got these rumors out there. Look, Pittsburgh needs a quarterback, and look, I think it'd be a great spot for him. They got a good defense, a stable franchise.
Always draft good wide receivers.
Look, tied for the most Super Bowl wins with the New England Patriots with 6. JG, your thoughts here? He also talked about Liam Cohen, the new coach, came over, the offensive coordinator from the Bucks, also was the University of Kentucky around the time you were there, maybe a little bit after you left, JG, early 2020s there. And he said, I shouldn't even have to say this, but of course, you're not going anywhere. That's not coming from us. Just your thoughts there on the sort of communication between the new coach and the organization and how they address these purported rumors.
I'll say this about Trevor before I go into that. I think Trevor has had the most hype out of any quarterback in probably the last 15 years, going back to maybe Andrew Luck.
Look what he did at Clemson. Well deserved.
Right? So, like, he's had absolutely a lot of expectation. Has his team been able to live up to what he's needed for him to have the success and the growth?
One winning season.
A couple of years. I don't think they have. I don't think they have the depth. I don't think they've put together a well-rounded team in order for him to actually grow into what he's needed or what he could be. So I'm excited for the new staff, and I think the new staff has made a commitment to him, and they've obviously spoken, and you saw that the first meet between him and their new head coach, like, it looked all as well, and like it looked like the head coach took this job purposely to coach Trevor Lawrence. And why else wouldn't you? Like, he's one of the best young talented quarterbacks, and if he's able to solidify and grow with him, it shows how dominant of a coach he could be, which I do think he's one of the best offensive masterminds in the game of football. So I'm excited to see the level of growth that Trevor could have in year one with him. Now, if Trevor doesn't take a huge step forward, I could imagine them shopping him after this year.
Well, he's making like $55 million, guys. Like, at some point, we need to start seeing it, right? I know he's young, but I mean,
am
I being too harsh? I'm trying to be measured, But am I being fair in my critique by saying, look, 55 million, come on.
Relative.
Come on. Look, I'm not comparing him to Tom Brady. I always say this, but literally Tom Brady threw the 3 guys from Dorchester won the Super Bowl.
Relative to his expectations.
But I do expect you to win some games.
Yeah, relative to his expectations, again, I feel like they were a little bit unfair that were placed onto him. Like, people should be expecting him to grow and to get to that next level. But I also think this Jaguars organization did a much better job supporting Blake Bortles than they ever did Trevor Lawrence. So, like, give us some slack, man.
Blake, come on. Stat, and nowhere near Trevor's team, to be honest.
I covered Blake Bortles at University of Central Florida, UCF. And we call it Bortles comebacks back in the day.
Oh, this year's going to be a big year. Like, there needs to be a level of growth shown from Trevor this year, because the past 2 years have kind of been up and down, injuries, just steady, not really growth, just ups and downs, which is fine. It teaches you about adversity, teaches you what type of player you are. But then I think it's time now for some good product on the field to come out.
Yeah, well, that's a pick right there. So JB, in control of this game. Late second quarter here. Did you got time to get some more? Oh, that was it? Was that? Oh, it is halftime. Okay, so we're in the third quarter. Okay, I thought it was like maybe a second left, but that's the end of the second quarter. We head into halftime with 21-7 lead. Top right-hand corner of your screen. JB with the lead, 21-7 as the third quarter will get set here. That second quarter brought to you by our good friends at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. There you can check them out online, AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. Man, you're talking about authentic Mexican restaurant. Man, they got great food, great atmosphere as well. And man, the drinks, libations, man, they get the flowing, man. They do a great job. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. We'll be there next Thursday. Live from El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. You can check them out right there, 412 Broadway, right in the middle of Broadway and Midtown Bayonne there. They do a great job, man. Happy hour, mariachi shows on Tuesday, man. DJs on Friday, Latin nights on the weekends, man. They got it all. They got the patio and everything, man. And we love the mariachi shows there. Check them out. El Aguila Dorado Restaurant, the Golden Eagle that has landed. AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. All right, we're back in here live at Jerky's NJ Jerky's Chicken here in Elizabeth here, 11 Broad Street, man. And we've been talking about it all hour, man. We're going to continue talking about it. Stan and his staff to do a great job here, man, with the jerk chicken, oxtails, chopped cheese, you name it, the grill. Everything is here, right here at Jerky's, man. The flavors colliding here, man. The Caribbean fusion, if you will, Jamaican and Haitian fusion restaurant right here in the heart of Elizabeth, New Jersey. Got Jarrett Guarantano, bottom left-hand corner of your screen, or in the middle there. Right below him on the right-hand side, Andrea Richmond, piece up, A down. You can find her in A-Town. JG, of course, former volunteer quarterback, University of Tennessee, and in the NFL with the Broncos and Cardinals. JB, bottom left-hand corner of your screen, has the lead, up 28-7, has the lead and the ball. Probably going to run this clock out. It's one of those deals, man. We're going to chew a little clock here. Millie Rock showing out for Jersey, man. Showed up, man, but down a little bit here. Needs to get a stop playing with those lines. All right, guys, real quickly, I want to dive into the top. I continue the theme of quarterbacks. It's all about the quarterbacks in the show. Shedeur Sanders, right here. Great story about Shedeur. We've seen him, of course, down at the Senior Bowl. Really didn't play in the Senior Bowl. Did work out. Going to go to the Combine. Also some new stuff coming out with Shedeur. Not going to attend the draft, potentially. Wants to spend some time with his family and friends and help those people out and share that moment with them instead of trying to have everybody fly to Green Bay where the draft is going to be. But big story with Shedeur this week. He only plays with the Browns and Madden. Now, we're always trying to decipher and decode things. JG, we'll start with you. You're a quarterback. Does that mean he really likes the Browns, or is he trying to put some pressure on the Browns? What does that tell you, JG? I'm in the crowd of Browns, come get me. Come get me, Cleveland.
I've tried to find every possible reason to why he would play with the Browns. Like, I was like, maybe his dad was his dad's favorite team. Maybe he liked them when his dad was on the team. It wasn't even the case. And then I said, like, maybe the team's good in Madden. Like, so all three of those cases aren't even the truth.
Oh,
so
they're not good at
not one of those is true in any aspect of life. Oh, we got a pick. That might go for 6 there.
Too fast.
But yeah, I have no idea, and the only code that I can think is he's possibly thinking like they like him the most right now, which is like he's trying to figure out the team, the playbook.
He says they're nice. He likes the way they move.
Yes, listen, I do know that is a method for quarterbacks. So I've talked with a couple of quarterbacks throughout the years about draft prep and meeting with teams, and some of the guys say like they just play with a certain team with Madden just to see like kind of what their roster's like, what kind of offense they run. Like Madden's been so developed over the years that they run the same exact system as they do in real life, which is pretty dope to see. But I don't know why he would be running with the Browns. Maybe they are talking to him the most. Maybe they do want to shop Deshaun Watson. You just never know with what's going on in the front office. But that is a very interesting team to go with when you're playing Madden.
All right, Andrew, you've been playing Madden for a while, and it got you into the National Football League. Was one of those, impetus for you liking the NFL. What are your thoughts here? You buying into Shedeur only playing with the Browns because, hey, wants to be the number 2 pick in the draft?
Number 2 in the pick in the draft, it makes sense why we would go to Cleveland, but another part of me, the Madden player in me, also kind of feels like, hey, it's so rewarding to pick like one of the worst teams in the league, totally flip them around, and then to beat your homies with it at the same time too, just to flex on them. So there's a little bit of gamesmanship probably there too. But like Jarrett, like JG said, it does make sense. Like obviously you want to see what you would be like in that system. Who are you playing around with? Playing GM modes in Madden, a lot of times it can get you to know a lot of the unknown or not fully talked about players in the roster that's a little bit hidden that you can kind of get a little advantage of. Maybe learn a little bit of their offensive sets as well. Yeah. Ski Town, baby. Come on. A little bit of a Millie Rock. Detroit coming back. But I can't really decide whether or not he really wants to be going to Cleveland, which would honestly make a lot more sense than anything, or if he just really wants to flex on people. Either way, I've heard a little bit of the way that Shedeur talks. It could be anything. It could be either of those options.
I mean, JG, I like the way they move around. I like the setup. What do you think of the setup? What do you think about them? Yeah. JG, the conspiracy theorists, man, they're out there. They're flying, man.
I want to believe.
They're flying. I just like, especially with how knowledgeable his dad is of the game, I wonder why his dad would want him to make a push to go to Cleveland, knowing of Cleveland's history of quarterbacks.
Yes.
Right? Like, remember what Eli and Arch Manning did for
2004.
when he was drafted, right?
Yep, Chargers.
Like, why would Dion not be making that same push to, out of all the teams, the Cleveland Browns? You know, not to say anything about their franchise or whatever it is, but just their track record of quarterbacks hasn't been the best, so why would that be a push? Obviously, I know the money. I know how that goes. I mean, the second overall pick, you get more guaranteed. You get a bigger sign-in bonus, such and such. But in terms of length of career and contract, that's the most important thing.
Since 2000, they've had 38 quarterbacks. I would not want to be the 39th.
Since 1999, it's 40, I believe.
40. Oh, since 1999 to 40.
40, yeah.
That's
they
great.
Came back in 99. And only 2 quarterbacks took them to the playoffs. One was my teammate, Kelly Hope.
Yeah, and then the other one, Baker Mayfield.
Years ago, yeah.
And guess how they treated him? I would not want to be added to that list of the fallen. There have been a lot of players. You can argue about their talent, whether they were worth it. I think that organization is also a mess. So I would stay away from that if I were them. I mean, I'm not saying you should put Eli. I'm just saying, like JG said, Dion, be protective of your son, because not all ownership groups got it like that.
Well, we're gonna monitor this, man. Go real quickly. JG, you said something?
You should know by looking at the history of what's going on with the NFL right now. Like Jalen Hurts fell in the draft. Obviously, Brock Purdy fell a really long way in the draft. But those two guys fell to teams and organizations that have absolutely allowed them to grow and be around a really, really good supporting cast. So going number 2 overall to a team that's kind of in some disparity right now might not be the best situation for your...
That's a good point. All franchises are not created equal. You're absolutely right about that. The third quarter brought to you by good friends at Palento Bakery. You can find them in New Jersey, in Bayonne, New Jersey, 387 Broadway. That's in Bayonne, New Jersey. Once again, 387 Broadway. You can check them out online, 201-339-9001 on the phone. Give them a call, Palento Bakery, 201-339-9001. Folks, and we're talking about, you need to go there and try all of those beautiful and taste those delicious pastries, man. Look at that, man. I love the carrot cake, man. They got some great cakes there. I have a lot of things, man. They've been serving Bayonne for over 20 plus years. And folks, you're talking about the finest cakes. Don't take my word for it. Look at the video. You can see it right there. Cakes, pastries, and cupcakes. Cannolis. They've got everything you wanted, man. Check them out online and on the phone, 201-339-9001. That's Palento Bakery, 387 Broadway in Bayonne, New Jersey. We're back here live at Jerky's. I got JG with me, Jarrett Guarantano, former volunteer quarterback. Also got Andrea Richmond. She is always in the A-Town. Just a couple of minutes left to go here. A two-score game here, and JB with the purple shirt on bottom left-hand corner of the screen is going to win this game. He's got a two-score lead and the ball. Millie Rock with the green shirt on, man, doing his thing for Jers. Looks like he might come up a little short unless there's a miracle. All I need is a miracle. All I need is you. All I need is a miracle. All I need is a miracle.
Karaoke Larry, undefeated, baby.
Probably won't get there. Back to the quarterbacks, guys. JG, your thoughts here. Cam Ward. Man, Cam went hard this week, man. Hey, first of all, we got to get into this next week with him and Shedeur working out at UNLV.
They're so funny, bro.
Let's go back and forth there. Love that. He also talked, Cam Ward also talked about how you look for the folks that don't draft him. That's basically your fault. That's what he's basically saying. And he's like, and you know what? I'll remember that, and I'm going to come back and beat your butt. Your thoughts here, Andrea, on Cam Ward, man, saying the not so quiet part out very loud for everybody, and that was intended for the last team we were just talking about. That mistake by the lake in the land, the Brownies.
On one hand, you kind of don't want to say this just in case, hey, you are going to a franchise that could be like the hood. So you don't want to end up doing this, and then you end up like Josh Rosen, and then you say, oh, there are 9 mistakes before me, and then you honestly end up being one of those mistakes, unfortunately, due to the way things pan out. But on the other hand, I could say for sure that Cam Ward definitely is more physically gifted and one of those dudes more than Josh Rosen was. Not to say that Josh Rosen wasn't a really good quarterback out of UCLA. It's just that Cam Ward is different, and I like that. Wear your moxie, wear your confidence on your sleeve. He plays like he's so nonchalant. He doesn't care about the noise, and guess what? He talks like it too. I love his moxie going into this. Come on, Cam. This makes me even more of a fan. Come on now, let's go.
JG, gotta love it, man. Gotta love it, JG. Hey, that's your fault if you don't draft me, JG. And I'm gonna rub your nose and I'm gonna let you know it every time you play me, and I'm gonna make you remember it. JG, I like that.
I love the confidence. I remember Dwayne Haskins saying some things like that too. Obviously, it's just so tough being in that situation, knowing that how great of a season you just had prior to, and thinking that teams still don't believe in you, right? And it's also added fuel, right? Like you go into every workout, you go into every situation saying like, no, I feel like I deserve this. I'm the best player. I should be drafted that high. It makes it for a level of confidence, which Dwayne had, and it makes for a level of preparation that you have to go through to be able to back up your word. And I think Cam's willing to do that. I'm really eager to see where he goes in draft. I don't know if it'll be just like my draft class with the fall of just Kenny Pickett first round, the next quarterback drafted maybe in the 3rd round. I don't know if that'll happen in this draft class, but I don't think that it'll be the 1 and 2. I think maybe it'll be like mid 1st round, maybe late 1st round, early 2nd. Like I don't think it'll be a 1-2 combo. But I do think Cam Ward's definitely.
I'm with you. I don't think it'd be 1-2, but definitely top 10 for both of them. I just don't see how they fall below. Somebody will move up.
I'll be honest.
The thing is, why are they letting Tennessee off the hook now? I know they got, and real quickly with about 30 seconds, because I don't want these guys waiting too long. I know they got Mayo Boy down there with Will Levis. But then, why nobody's really saying anything about Tennessee? You guys better take one of these two, right? I mean, you know Will Levis from the SEC. Go ahead, Andrew.
I really hope they do, because Cam Ward has so much more juice. It's not to say like he isn't physically gifted, Mayo Boy isn't. It's just that Cam Ward is physically gifted and has utilized his poise in a way that unfortunately Mayo Boy doesn't. Please draft him. I think that although we might not see them go 1 and 2, I think they're easily justifiable in going 1 and 2 with their ability going forward as franchise quarterbacks.
Mario Cristobal is coach at the University of Miami, won a national title. There's been all over, coached at Oregon, coached at a lot of places in the SEC. Says he's a hell of a leader. Dog, a leader of men as far as from the quarterback position. Never seen anything like him. You bought into that, JG? And what should the Titans why don't the Titans get any smoke about this? We hear about the Browns and the Giants. We know the Patriots, they got their quarterback. And maybe the Jets. Why don't people talk about the Titans should be in this position? Hey, you got to be looking at this kid.
Cam Ward went to Washington State too, and I heard a lot of really good
Incarnate Ward before that.
And he looked great there.
Yep. Incarnate Ward before that.
Really good. They were they were kind of a different offense. They were a spread offense, really just not really any developing pass game, kind of easier throws. But I did hear a lot of good reviews, like personality-wise and the way that he treated his teammates. So I do know that he's a good person for sure. Tennessee, I don't think Tennessee goes and gets another young one because they already have Levis. I think they go and get Sam Darnold or somebody a little bit more solidified if they're going to do that. Or maybe they go get someone, per se, that might be a two that could compete against Will Levis. I think they give Will one more year. That's not for me to sit there and say like who I think's better or not. I do think Cam Ward's the best quarterback in this draft class. I'll
say it for you. Cam Ward's better than Will Levis. But go ahead.
Yeah, he has the poise that you need to operate behind that offensive line, in my opinion.
I love Levis's toughness, but man, some of those turnovers, man, I can name like 4 or 5 of them last year were just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, ridiculous. No, absolutely. Sure. But also Cam Ward hasn't played behind a bad offensive line. Like Miami's offensive line was the best in college football. So quarterback, everything changes with quarterbacks, as we saw with Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Like there's an offensive line that hasn't produced very good play. Like you will see it in the quarterback's mechanisms, and they'll have to be smarter on their feet, like Tom Brady, or they'll have to have pre-snap, post-snap reads. They'll have to be able to mic point, some kind of things that I don't know if these guys have done in college, because the game has definitely changed into more RPO style play. So it's going to be something that these guys have to grow into, as well as go into situations that are good situations. And if I were one of them in this situation, I'm hoping for a team that's absolutely loaded, that per se might not need a quarterback this year, might be an older guy, but I know when I take over, just like Pat Mahomes, Alex Smith situation, that they have a team back around me that I'm able to have success with. Same thing with Jalen Hurts and Carson. So I don't know. I think Shedeur is a very good talent too. I think that he'll be later first round, maybe like mid first round. Wow. We'll see. I don't know.
That would be the story of the draft if Shedeur fell out of the top 10. That would be a huge story. But we've seen it before. We saw with Aaron Rodgers, what was he, number 24 or something like that?
25th,
yeah 24, 25.
Hey, and it's not a bad thing. He went to the Green Bay Packers.
And went to a very stable organization that does well with quarterbacks, exactly.
The quarterbacks who have slid have been in better positions historically.
Look at Lamar. Yep, you're absolutely right. Look at Jalen Hurts. That's right. All right, guys, you know what? That fourth quarter brought to you by our good friends. Before we talk to these players, our good friends right here at Jerky's. And, man, we're talking about soul food, man, and just... You know what? It's all about the Caribbean fusion, man. Jamaican, Haitian fusion. It's all right here. Folks, listen to me, man. It's time to level up. You got to step up your game, man. Look at, they got the jerk chicken. They got the oxtails. They got the chopped cheese. They got the rasta pasta. They got everything that you want here, man. The best jerk chicken in the state of New Jersey, man, in this community right here, man. And the flavorful hits, man. We talked about, look at the grill there, man, all with the plantains and everything, man. These flavorful hits, they hit harder than a game-winning touchdown. Level up your game. Check them out online, jerkiesnj.com, right here in Elizabeth, New Jersey on 11 Broad Street. All right, let's go ahead and get it over to JG, man. Your thoughts here, man. A very great game plan there by JB, man. Got out to a lead, 2-touchdown lead, play high-level Madden. You get a 2-score lead, you're going to win 95% of the time, and he just cruised from there, JG.
Yeah, he was able to run the ball very efficiently with Saquon, obviously, and he had a pretty cool play with his corner flat read where he was high-low in a defender, and he was able to get outside the pocket with Jalen Hurts, and it worked really effectively. And once again, my heart is shattered. Going with my heart. Another loss, but no, I respect both players, and I thought that was a pretty good game.
Yeah, JG, you left your heart in jurors, man. It's all good, man.
So, it's all good.
Well, you know what? I'll pick it up for you on my way home, man. Let's get it over to our girl, Andrea Richmond. She is standing by with JB, moving on to another conference championship.
Jarrett must have been listening to Kendrick, right? Hard Part 6. Use your heart, not your mind. Well, guess what? JB has been using both the heart and the mind. And actually, you know what? I noticed that you ran the same play a lot in a way that I usually don't see you do. So are you of the philosophy, hey, keep on running the same play, and hey, if you can stop and prove that you can stop, and eventually I think that you ended up getting a 6. It didn't end up turning into a pick 6. The linebacker ended up taking it away. But is that something that you try to go into where it's like, use the same play, and once you prove it, okay, let's adjust to something else? Or what's your philosophy going into a game like that?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much I just ran that same Y-sail play the entire game if I wasn't running the halfback zone. He left the tight end corner open a whole lot, and then whenever that was covered, I just kind of either checked it down or threw the dig coming back across the middle, and he did stop it that one time on 4th down, but at that point, I feel like coming out of half up 21, the game was already over.
You usually don't do that in games, though, right? This is just like this flow of the game. Just go to this one just because you know that you're not beating it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just kind of depends on what I'm going up against, but he didn't stop it really a single time, other than at least he didn't stop the corner on the flat, but he stopped the dig.
Yeah, and you were able to use it effectively time again, and again, just like, unfortunately, JG keeps on going with his heart again and again and again. But it's A-okay, because he got another dub. We are going to throw it to our you. That's double U. That's a win. That's a dub, baby. Larry and Jarrett, go ahead. Celebrate JB's win.
If we got a dub, that means we got to eat that joker now.
Come on.
We got some barbecue sauce for here, man. Barbecue sauce, little jerk chicken, some oxtails, man. Little chopped cheese, man. We good, man. We good. Jerkies. JB, man, once again, congratulations. Moving on, man. What's the mindset when you're up and you know you got control of the game? And is there any point where you just think, like, oh, look, I got control. Not only do I want to run out the clock, but maybe I can try something? Do you ever think, like, hey, this is an opportunity for me to try something? I don't have to do anything crazy, but maybe I can try a play. Maybe not turn it over, but maybe work on something down the road.
Every once in a while, yeah, but then I feel like most of the time in those situations, I just get bored and I want to get out of the game as fast as I can. So you just run it out, chew it, get it over with.
Chew it. Big league chew it, as they say. All right. Hey, man. Hey, he's being honest, man. All right, you moving on, bro. Next week, man, you'll play in the conference championship, man. So this post-game show brought to you by our good friends at River City Gaming. GameWithRC.com. You can check them out in Rahway, not too far from here, literally about 10 minutes away from here. Rahway, New Jersey, man. They're on Main Street right there in the middle of downtown Rahway, New Jersey. Game with RC, beautiful gaming center there, man. You can play sports games. And of course, they got all the video games you want, man. Plenty of sports games as well. You got the Papa Shot, you got some air hockey, man. You got some pool and some other things, man. They got all the video games you want, man, as well. You got VR, virtual reality. Also got the consoles, the PS5s, the Xboxes, man, and the PCs, those personal computers. Got snacks there. And also they're open 7 days a week, man, to 11 p.m. Eastern every single night. And folks, they got different tiers as well. You can come in the morning, afternoon, or at night, or all daggone day. Check them out online. GameWithRC.com. We'll be there live on Tuesday. River City Gaming in Rahway, New Jersey. Folks, also, if you want to sign up for our Madden League, don't forget, you can check us out online, CompeteForever.com/Madden League. Free 99, free entry, ages 13 plus. All online, can win cash. I know the process. Check it out online, CompeteForever.com/Madden League. And speaking of Madden, oh man, $250,000 on the line. They gave away 1.7 this year. This is the big one. The Madden Bowl, which was postponed at the Super Bowl that Friday before the Super Bowl. I believe that was February the 7th, I believe. That was a week ago, unless 6 days ago. February the 7th. Now they are moving it to March the 3rd. You'll see it $250,000, the Madden Bowl, and it'll be between Fancy and John Beast. We're rooting for John Beast, damn it. John Beast, a former Compete Forever champion in this league, won a bunch of them, 2 or 3 of them, and a couple of them in Foxwoods, one in Atlantic City as well. So John Beast, man, do your thing, young bull. Got to start right here, Compete Forever. And John Beast, we're rooting for you. But if I tell you, if I see you, man, we got to let everybody know, man. You got to tell people where you got your start, man. You got to start right here, Compete Forever Madden League. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get out here. It's been a great show here. I want to thank the staff and everyone here at Jerky's for John Beast, who will be playing in the Madden Bowl later next month. And JB, I saw that JB is not John Beast, that's JBaird. Playing with the Eagles, he's moving on. Got Andrea Richmond, peace up, A down. Rich, what's going on in A tonight? Anything?
Nothing too fancy going on right now. But you know, the weekend, something crazy always happens, so I can't wait to go out in Atlanta East Side, hang out, see what's going on in these streets.
Be careful, no snow down there, because you know you guys can't drive in the snow.
Oh gosh, no, we're gonna be wrecking all over the place. Thank goodness that's up there in the north, not down here. Okay,
but you know what? You ain't going nowhere because you got to work tomorrow. We got another show, so you got to stay in the house. Jared Guarantano, what you getting into tomorrow, man? You heading down to Texas?
I said headed down Saturday night. Tomorrow's a big family day. Be able to go out, get some dinner, relax with the family, and just have a good day.
Tell the fam we said hello, man. Your sister,
Yeah.
mom's, dad, man, Mon Dukes, Pod Dukes, man. Tell them we appreciate you and thanks for letting us borrow you for an hour every night, man. So tell the Guarantanos we love them, man.
That's awesome. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, man. Have fun tomorrow and this weekend, and we'll see you on Tuesday, guys. Thanks for watching here live at Jerky's. Check them out, jerkysnj.com for all your Caribbean fusion, Jamaican, and Haitian food here, man. Come check them out. We'll see you guys tomorrow live at 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster NBK. For everybody here on the screen, JB, Andrew, Richmond, Jarrett, Guarantano, I'm Larry Ridley, CBS Sports, Madden, NFL. We'll see you. Thanks for watching us. See you tomorrow, guys, live 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube, Twitch, Valley Live, Stadium Sports Network, and the Watch Stadium Sports app. Get out of here. Check out jerkysnj.com. Bye-bye.